What up, Tube? What are we doing today? Well, what up, Tube? What are we doing today? It's a nice, bright, warm, hot day in Texas. I got tape on the back of the hatch. We're going to make holes, just 2 of them, in the back of this hatch because we have a new wing we're installing on the back of our Cayman S. This is a carbon fiber wing from Composite Creations. John from Composite Creations, well known in the Porsche Cayman community through Renlist. I'm going to put a link to his Renlist post at the bottom here. Yeah, this is got fingerprints on it, but very, very, very clean weave. Beautiful. This is the first of this version of his GT4 replica wing for the 987, 981 Caymans. It is a one-piece wing, meaning these winglets are permanent and molded onto the actual wing. So it's one piece. The winglets do not bolt on. All carbon fiber with aluminum stands that adjust. So, not very hard to install if you measure 100 times and get it right. I'm going to show you what we did. I'm going to go to the hatch. I'm going to show you my tape lines, how we aligned it, and then we'll show it being done. Like I said, there's not a whole lot to do. So, before we get back over there, I'm going to ask you guys to please subscribe, hit the notification bell, hit a like. Here's Babel. We got a PCA meet coming soon. We're going to cover some cool Porsches. We're going to be taking a nice long drive for the Porsche Club of America here in the Lone Star Group region in San Antonio. We got more stuff like that coming. Let's get back to the hatch. All right. So this is what we did. First of all, we measured the hatch itself, the inside lengths. Let's go back to, actually not the hatch, I'm sorry, the wing. We measured from here to find our center line, which is here. To us it was 27 inches for a total of 54. Measure it yourself if you get one of these. I can't guarantee it's going to be what we did. I marked it with a blue tape there in the center. Then I came and I measured my center line from here to here using this top reference line here. I don't know if you can see it too well right there. Okay, for my straight edge, if you will. And marked my center line of the hatch. Again, double check your measurements. This is where we marked ours. I then taped off this whole area and that whole area so we don't accidentally scuff up paint. The bottom of these stands have a little cushion on them. They come installed already from Composites, from John. Yeah, so once that's there, I had wifey hold it in place with both stands attached. So we assembled the stands. The feet to the stands, and John sends a great pictured instructions on how to do that, sends you all the hardware you need. So we went ahead and put that together and set it on top. These first marks right here were where I initially was going to put it, and then I realized, nah, it's not where I want it. We're going to bring it down. This goes through the hatch metal with a nut and washer on the bottom side. It's not coming off. This is per John's instructions, and it looks really good. Now he sends you 3 different length bolts for this, and we use the mid-length bolt, and it does stick out just a hair, as you can see. Okay, now what I'm going to do is we got to take this off one more time so we can take the tape off. And then we're going to take our Dremel and shorten this just a tad after we've tightened everything down. But not a problem. The shorter one he sends you just barely gets past Yeah, you could get away with it, but I wanted a couple more threads to come through that nut. So that's where we're at. Like I said, we aligned everything. My wife held it in place, you know, and I backed up forward, measured everything, used a ruler, used my fingers, you know, made sure that the distance from here to here on either side was correct with the hatch closed. The distance from the seam here to here was correct with the hatch closed on both sides, and then guided ourselves by that center line we matched up to there. Yeah, we're excited to put it on. I know for some people it's like, why the heck are you putting holes in your hatch? Well, that's how we wanted to do. It works for us. So that being said, this is the wing we wanted, and I think it's going to look great. We already know what it kind of looks like. So what I am going to do, because the OEM wing does not need to come up, it's unnecessary. I know John said you can leave it. We don't need it. We already got a cool wing. So what we're going to do is we're going to unplug that, and that's super simple. You're going to move this carpet out like this, and you'll see where my finger is. The plug's right there. You unplug it, OEM wing doesn't pop up anymore. Alright, so we're going to get to this. We're going to attach the wing, and we're going to come back and show you what it looks like. Alright, tape's off, so that means we're getting close to the final stage of mounting the wing. I went ahead and used some white touch-up paint. I'll scoot over this so I get some sun, actually some light, because the sun's gone. Got overcast. White touch-up paint there, get a little closer, see if we can grab that. See that? It doesn't need to look pretty, it's going to get covered anyways. We did it on the underside as well. And that's mainly so that you do not get any oxidation in those areas. So we'll let that sit. This is fast drying touch-up paint for Dr. Color Chip. If you haven't used them to touch up your car, you should. They work great. Not sponsored. Hey, not sponsored by John either. But again, we rep what we use, and John's Composite Concepts. This is the brief look at the instructions. Very detailed. We're going to get to final and get it done. All right, all done. Alright, so the wing went on. If you triple check your measurements, you're not going to have any issues. Bam, bam. Really nice. On there, extremely firm. As you can see, and we showed earlier, the winglets are one piece. Part of the wing. One piece. All molded on, all carbon fiber. Total weight, man, it's really hard to say. I'm gonna guesstimate maybe 4 pounds. I might be overshooting that a little bit, but I just got the keys in my hand. That's what you're hearing. As you can see, it does have adjustment. I have it adjusted so that the flat panel of the wing is even with the road. That is what John at Composite Concepts told me on the phone today was neutral. And take a back shot here, and you got the other beauty stuff. There you go. With the brake light on, you can see the brake light clearly right under here. So the center brake light lights up right under that. The cool thing, the hatch pops, opens, and holds up with no issues. So your OEM shocks, if they're in good condition, will work. And there you go. All right, tube, it works great. I think it looks awesome. We'll walk this way real quick. The installation was very, very easy. You got to drill holes, but it's not that difficult as long as you double check all your measurements, triple check all your measurements, all your alignments. You saw how I laid out the tape. That worked great for me. Yeah, so here we are. Total install time, including the tape, I'm going to give this 2 hours, and I'm being nice. It probably took me an hour and a half. I wasn't checking. Once you got everything aligned, the final assembly is easy. All the stainless steel hardware is included, and you also, it's lock nuts with stainless steel bolts. It's very, very, very secure. Again, the instructions that John sends from Composite Concepts is very, very clear. You got to have some reading comprehension, but it's very, very clear. Again, you have this video as reference, of course. And I'll get you up close to the bracket so you see how it goes. All right. Now, the bottom side of the bracket can only go one way. You can see that. It's bent to the shape of the wing at the base where the two bolts go into the wing. And then you can mount the upper bracket to the lower bracket on either side. I chose to do it this way. It looks a little cleaner to me. And then the feet, I call them the feet, they just bolt down to the bottom. And you put it onto the wing, bolt it all together, and you test fit on the blue tape, make your marks. I used a center punch, a self-punching center punch. This dude, one of these guys, had this for a while from the tool truck. Sorry for my sweaty hand there. It's a little hot today. But everything else is a 10 millimeter for the nuts. The Allen keys on the upper bracket is a number 4 Allen. That's an Allen key socket. And it's a number 5 for the ones on the feet, for the bolts on the feet. All the nuts are 10 millimeter. So very, very, very simple. Don't lose your 10 millimeters. All your washers are, and all the hardware again is included. Guys, this is a really complete kit. It is not inexpensive. This is not an eBay quality piece. This is shaped and angled to the body of the line of the car. Look at that winglet right there. Okay. And look how it angles with that fender. John put a lot of thought into this. This is exactly how Porsche did it on the GT4. So you're getting a quality piece that's meant to fit on the 987 and 981 Porsches. That covers you from like 2006 to 2016. You just got to make your adjustments where you want to put it. And that's it, man. Other than that, measure, measure, measure. Make 2 holes. Get a second person to help you. Wifey helped me align everything. My pops came out and helped me hold it in place while I put the first bolts in so it'll hold and not fall off. Cover the areas you're working in so you don't scratch your paint. After you drill your holes, take some touch-up paint. If you don't have any, you can use black paint or whatever you got just to cover the metal so that it doesn't rust over time. The bottom of the feet have little pads on them, so it gives you the seal, so it shouldn't have any water or anything going through those holes. Other than that, like I said, this is a great product. I love it. John did not sponsor us. We pay for everything we get. Maybe one day we'll get sponsored, but we don't care because we love our cars. We build our cars just like everybody in our garage as much as we can, and we support the products that we know are going to work and the people that help us out. Thank you, John, for being on the phone with me this morning and helped me out with some of the questions I had, for the great instructions, for the great product. And he's designing a new front lip that's going to be different than this cup front lip that we already have on there. So I can't wait, because then we can match the carbon fiber to the carbon fiber. That will come as soon as that's ready, I'm sure. All right, y'all. Again, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like, comment, and we hope you all have a great week. God bless.